Hey everyone, in this video I'll walk you through how I stopped getting cavities. If you're new here, my name is Olivier and I'm a certified math and physics teacher in Ontario who is currently doing a master's in statistics at Carleton University. I've always been one of those people that when they go to the dentist they always have like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 cavities, and it's so frustrating because I feel like I've been doing everything right and I still get cavities. And I used to blame my genetics because that's definitely a thing, and I definitely have a weird like deep grooves in my teeth, so food, it gets really stuck in there and it stays, and that's why it decays and you get cavities. And it's easy to blame your genetics and your tooth morphology. I think that's a word for the shape of your tooth. But basically it's easy to blame those things, but in hindsight I didn't do the basic things to prevent cavities either. Growing up, I didn't build the habit of brushing my teeth twice a day, and I didn't use the right tools or toothbrush. It was kind of like half doing it the whole time, and it wasn't until like later on, and let's say I was like 13, 14, that I built the habit. And growing up, we ate a ton of sugar. That definitely didn't help the case. When I was playing hockey, midget age, so grade 10, about that, my roommate and I would eat so much sugar. We crushed a box of Oreos every night, drank juice the whole day, 5 Alive glasses, 4 Eggos with Nutella in the morning, a couple of Gatorades a day, all those things. So it might seem excessive, but at the time we were just super active teenagers who were trying to maintain their weight or maybe even gain weight at the time, right? So it definitely had a place, but we could have done it otherwise and at least compensate a little bit in the dental hygiene area if we were gonna overcompensate by eating sugar. So now I'll walk you through 5 environmental factors that I did that dramatically decrease the number of cavities I get, if I do get any. The first one is to get an electric toothbrush. Doesn't really matter which one. I think it's Oral-B, and it's not a very expensive one. I prefer the ones with a timer because then you know you brushed everywhere. I think it buzzes every 30 seconds, so you have like the quadrant, like one quadrant, up. So you have 2 minutes to brush your teeth, and apparently that's enough to get the plaque off your teeth and the food and whatnot. And I found that when I manually brush, it definitely didn't do as good of a job, especially not in the same amount of time. You might brush longer and that might do a better job, and I have one of my friends who brags about being a good manual toothbrusher and he loves it. So there's nothing wrong with that as long as you do a good job, and I definitely do a better job with the electric toothbrush. And it's just one of those one-time actions, like you do it one time and it pays off for a very long time. I've probably had this thing for 5 years plus, so you can just imagine the amount of time and the health and dental quality I've gained just from this one-time action. It's also easier to do, so that's a huge bonus. The second thing is to floss every day. So I floss at night, brush my teeth in the morning and at night, but I think you could floss in the morning and at night as well, except if you don't eat overnight, there's still some things that could accumulate, and it's probably better the more you do it. But I mean, I think once a night is kind of the 80-20 rule. You get most of the benefits that way. And right now I use a reusable flosser, just this little gadget here. It's my dental hygienist who gave me it, so I got it for free, well, with included in the price of the cleaning. You just put any old floss on there, you wrap it around a couple times, and it takes a little bit of getting used to get it right so it stays tight. But once you get it right, it works well for me. I know someone tried it and they don't like it. Their teeth are too tight together, so it doesn't stay as well. In that case, you can use floss picks. I try to use a reusable one for the environment, but I mean, there's trade-offs to everything, right? Like, is your dental health more important, given that you have a bunch of cavities and stuff, more important than the odd floss pick here and there? You can also just floss like this. A lot of people don't like that, so I'll leave that up to you to decide, but that's my philosophy, and don't believe everything I say. Think for yourselves. Part of my nighttime dental routine is to mouthwash. I use this mouthwash, I think it's called OptiFlow, that has, or Opti Rinse, sorry, it has 0.2% fluoride. That's a high dose. So you don't want to do it every day. I think they recommend once a week. Definitely ask your dentist or dental hygienist. And I use this one every day. It doesn't have to be this specific one. Again, ask your dental hygienist. They might have recommendations for your teeth specifically. And if you buy it in a large format, it stays for a long time. And it's just kind of like a good polish at the end. Just make sure you don't eat after. The fourth thing is not necessarily something I do. It's more something I don't do. So it's to eat less often. That's one that took me a long time to realize, is that if you have, it's not necessarily the amount of sugar you eat in a day, it's also the timing, right? So imagine you have sugar in your mouth, you chew on sugary gum the whole day, you drink lattes, you eat snacks all the time, that type of thing. You always have sugar in your mouth, so your mouth never has time to clean itself. And I think it takes time for the mouth to clean itself. It's something like 20 minutes. Again, ask someone that knows what they're talking about. So if you only eat like your 3 meals, maybe a snack, and after that you don't eat in between, that's a lot easier for your mouth to handle, to regulate the pH levels and whatever, how dental science works. But apparently it's better to not eat as often. And for me, I found a big difference in terms of, when you have stuff on your teeth, when you don't eat as often. And I chew gum, so sugar-free gum has been a game changer for that. If I feel stuff on my teeth, I just chew sugary-free gum. It gets the saliva going, also cleans your teeth. And I find it's a good way to not snack as well, because then often you're not even hungry, you're not scared for your survival and need calories. It's just you're bored and you want something to chew on. So the gum, the sugar-free gum, has been a game changer. I keep some in my car, keep some by my desk, keep some in my backpack. It's all good. Also a good thing if you have bad breath, so definitely would recommend that. All right, so let's wrap this up. There's 4 things I did to stop getting cavities, or at least reduce the number I get. It's to brush my teeth twice a day with a electric toothbrush, to floss with the reusable one or any type of flossing, so I do it at night. To mouthwash, I do that at night. Fluoride, I think, has really helped. And the last one is to not eat throughout the day, the whole day, and to kind of clean your mouth after you eat. So those are the 4 things. But now let's talk about the behavior a little bit, because it's one thing to have information, but then you actually need to do those things, right? And that took me like 10 years to figure out, not to figure out the information. Everyone knows these things. It's how to get to do these behaviors. And there's a few things, but what I'll say is I've done a bunch of videos on atomic habits. So just check those out, and in particular, the habit stacking strategy. So that is, let's assume that you already brush your teeth at night, then stack your other habits before or after that, and ideally before. So you brush your teeth, you do it after. So you brush your teeth, and then that's your trigger, that's your prompt to floss. So you see how like you have your prompt is already set because you already brush your teeth. So then put your floss picks before. You don't need to floss. Make it easy at first. Do all the behavior laws, and that's gonna help you actually get the things done. And having nice teeth and good dental hygiene is not only to have nice teeth and a wide smile. It's also it changes how you feel, and it impacts your overall health. So let me know if you have any other dental hygiene strategies. I'm curious, always want to learn, and it's not like I've figured it all out. So let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with Do the Work.